Welcome to the Biscuit Boys World Cup show with him, Mrs. Brown, and me, the Gabby Cabby, on SRB Radio in association with Griffiths-Clothing and Zani and supporting the Jeff Astle Foundation. On today's show we have music by Binky, Womack, Dieselle, May and the Womack sisters, and our special guest is Matthew Le Tissier, or to his mate Matt. And we're going to start the show slightly different today because Matt is pushed for time. He's got a sports day event with his little girl. So first up, mate, how you doing, and welcome to our show.
Thanks very much, mate. No, all is good. All is good. Looking forward to our sports day. It's about 27 degrees down here, so I've got to get the old sun cream on today.
And that's the great thing about football players or musicians or whoever they may be. We're just all normal people doing normal things in life. And I know you players are perceived as gods, and at Southampton you were known as the god. So we're going to talk a little bit about your career, a little bit what you're doing now in the media. But first off, I've got to say, when we set this interview up, my stepson and my stepdaughter's boyfriend, we were talking, and I said, I'm interviewing Matt Le Tissier in a couple of weeks' time, and they've gone, what, the Matt Le Tissier? Ask him, did he ever score a tap-in? So for Tom and for Kieran, did you score a tap-in?
There were a few. Most of them in my earlier days when I was a bit younger and could get a bit closer to the goal. But no, there was a fair number. I think I scored. I had a count up a few weeks because I'm that sad. I counted how many goals I'd scored from outside the penalty area in my career, and I think it was something like 50 out of the 209.
And every one of those 50 was a worldie 50. You could have had a top 10 like goal of the season just on your own, couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean there were a couple of fluky ones from outside the box. You know, I remember the one at Old Trafford when Massimo Taibbi just let it go through his legs. You know, I can't claim to have struck that one brilliantly.
When that happens, Matt, as a player, like, because you are a perfectionist. I mean, this is the first time we've spoken, but I do have a look at YouTube clips, etc., and you do come across as a perfectionist. In fact, that one goal that you scored against Newcastle, you didn't quite like it because it come off your studs, didn't it, rather than your boots? That's
exactly right. Yeah, the finish was a little bit scruffy. It didn't go in as crisply as I wanted it to, but obviously the stuff that went on before that was pretty cool, and it all kind of just fell into place quite nicely.
But again, there's not many players, past, present, and that are going to play in the future, that could do what you did with the football. How did you hone them skills, or do you think you was just blessed by God?
I think there's a combination of the two, really. I think I was born with obviously a certain amount of ability there. I had very good coordination in terms of anything that involved a round ball. So most round ball sports I was pretty good at pretty quick whenever I took them up. So I was kind of lucky from that perspective. But I think the thing that people kind of forget when they see you doing all that stuff is all the hours and hours and hours, and I mean literally hour upon hour of practice that I was doing down my school field, in any bits of the green grass around the council estate that I grew up in Guernsey. I was forever playing sport as a kid growing up and practicing and waiting for my opportunity.
Was you playing with a proper, as we used to call it in the old days, a proper caser? Or did you practice with a tennis ball? Because it strikes me you've got such a great touch that you would have started off with a tennis ball.
Yeah, any size ball really. Yeah. Anything round that I could kick. But yeah, I certainly do remember practicing a heck of a lot with a tennis ball as a kid, and it just if you can master keeping a tennis ball up in the air for 50, 70, 100 goes, it just makes it so much easier to control the bigger ball when it comes to it. And that was kind of one of the biggest strengths of my game, was that when the ball came to me, I kind of instinctively knew where I needed to put the ball to give myself the most time and the most space. And my first touch, I practiced that much as a kid that, you know, most of the time I could just put my first touch where I wanted it. It was going to help me just gain that little bit of space, a little bit of time to be able to do some damage to the opposition.
Now, your favourite goal was against your old pal Tim Flowers.
Indeed.
I mean, what a goal that was as well. You pointed, you told him where you was going to put it, and he still couldn't get it.
It was actually a shot that I'd practiced that shot in training a lot. I just used to experiment a lot in training after training and finish with shots and different ways of hitting the ball, different curl on the ball, different pace on the ball, and see what I could do with it. And I'd been practicing that shot quite a bit in training. When I got in that position in the game, I kind of hit it, and as soon as it left my boot, I thought, oh yeah, that's come off nice, that's going in that. And even though it was from 35 yards, Tim got nowhere near it, which was lovely.
And another goal that you scored, you because you practice all these things in training. You don't just turn up to a game and try it, and it happens. Was the free kick when you just flicked it up and volleyed it, didn't you?
Yeah, that was against Wimbledon. That was a nice one. We'd practiced it the day before, and I'd had a few attempts that had gone flying over into the trees behind the goal at the training ground. And when we actually got the free kick, I was just ready to try and curl it over the wall. And Jim Magilton actually came up to me and he just went, "Let's try the free kick that we did yesterday." So I thought, yeah, why not? Let's give it a go. And it just happened to come off, fly in the top corner. And the mad thing is that's the last time I ever tried it in a football match. I never tried it again since. And I look back now and think, why didn't you just have another go at it? But I guess 100% record's pretty good.
I think when you do something so special like that, you kind of like...
You just want to leave it. Yeah.
Let's not do it again. Let's finish on a good one.
If I leave it there, then people don't think it was a fluke. if I try another 10 goes and don't get in, they go, yeah, that first one was lucky.
Now, you come from a real sporting family, don't you? Your brother Carl was there at Southampton, wasn't he, before you?
Yeah, he was off an apprenticeship at Southampton before me and turned it down. It was hope, didn't want to leave Guernsey. My brother Kevin was a fantastic golf scorer. He had a chance to join Oxford as a professional at the age of 19, but again, he was homesick and didn't want to leave the island. And those two were, I would say, equally as talented as I was. My other brother Mark was a very good defender, and I honestly believe if we'd been brought up on the mainland, I think all four of us would have been professional footballers.
How difficult was it coming from a small island like Guernsey? I remember when you arrived, because there was Graham Lissow from Jersey and Matt Le Tissier from Guernsey. Coming from an island, it must have been, as a 15-year-old kid, quite daunting. But your mum and dad made you go to other football tournaments on the mainland to kind of break you in, didn't they?
They did, yeah. I got used to go away to soccer schools for a week at a time. I used to go with a mate of mine and my mate's dad. It was a great idea. My mum and dad got me used to being away from home and not being, having mum and dad around the whole time. And that made it a lot easier when it came to me leaving Southampton to go to Southampton at 16. And although, for the first few months, I'll admit it was tough and I did miss my family. I was lucky enough to be placed into a family in Lord's Hill who had two younger boys who were football mad. That made things a lot easier for me, and they were really helpful in helping me to settle in at Southampton.
Chris Nicholl, I'm guessing, was another big help for you. Wasn't he the manager? Did he give you your debut at Southampton?
Yes, he did. Yeah. Well, I joined in the summer of 1985, and Laurie McMenemy had just left Southampton to go and manage Sunderland, and then Chris Nicholl took over a couple of weeks after I started as an apprentice, and I made my debut about July, or was it? So about 14 months after I joined the football club. And
we're paid £26 a week, weren't you?
Yeah, first year we were on the YTS scheme back then, mate. £26 a week the first year, £35 a week the second year, and then I signed my first professional contract in October when I turned 18, and I signed a 2-year contract that was worth £100 a week in the first year and £120 a week in the second year.
Now, when you started scoring worldies, did Chris try and tell you that he scored a better one in 1977?
Yes, he did. Several times.
Yeah.
No, he was terrific. I mean, if I look back now, I was probably a little bit frustrated at being on the subs bench quite a bit for the first few years. When I'm between the ages kind of 17 and 20. I had a lot of subs appearances, and I guess Chris was trying to protect me a little bit. I was just a little skinny winger who was about 10.5 stone dripping wet back then, so it was quite easy for me to get kicked out of a game. But I put on a bit of bulk and could look after myself a bit better, and finally kind of made my breakthrough in the 89-90 season on a full-time basis, and that was the year I won the Young Player of the Year.
Now, putting on that little bit of timber, was it the sausage and egg McMuffins that you had for breakfast?
that came a little bit later on, actually. But yeah, they probably didn't help. But they were nice.
I love them. If I go to McDonald's, that's all I have: sausage and egg McMuffin. I find the coffee a little bit strong, but the food...
Yeah, I'm not a coffee drinker, but they're great hangover food as well.
You're also not a lager drinker. You've never drunk lager, have you?
I'm not. No, I've never had a pint of beer in my life. Never drank a bottle of beer. I've never had a glass of wine. So if I do have a drink, it's only spirits normally, and I drink Malibu and Coke. It's my favourite one.
Yeah. Two questions that people always seem to ask Matt Le Tissier, or two throwaway comments. Yeah, he was a great player, but he was lazy. I'm like, are you having a laugh? You remind me very similar to one of my other heroes, Frank Worthington. Now Frank never run around, but you give Frank the ball and he can make that baby talk, and you was the same kind of player. If I was your manager, I'd say, listen, we've got foot soldiers around and water carriers. When you get the ball, give it to Matt, because he can produce the magic.
Yeah, well, that's what Alan Ball did to me, basically. Put me in the middle of the park in the team, and just literally told all the other players, when you get the ball, the first thing I want you to do is see if you can pass to Matt. Yeah. And he kind of said to me, I just want you to do all the things that you're good at. Don't worry about defending, because you're rubbish at that. But if you can do the stuff at the other end of the pitch, I'll be happy. And Bawley was... I played 64 games under Bawley, and in those 64 games I scored 45 goals, so that was obviously the best way to try and manage me in the team.
Now, how brilliant a player, a coach, a manager, and just as importantly, a person was Alan Ball. Because my mate Alan Hudson, who I help out with his social media, and we talk most days, Al says to me, he's the greatest player that I've ever played with.
He was brilliant for just an amazing footballer, and also when he came as a manager, he used to join in training, and even though he was like put on a little bit of timber and getting on a little bit, he was joining the five-a-sides, and it was all 1 and 2 touch, and players couldn't get near him, and he still had it. It was just brilliant, and sadly missed, because as a bloke in his company at dinner, he was just brilliant to be with. He had such a passion for everything in his life that he loved, and I used to go out for dinner with him, and I could just remember at the end of the evening thinking, do you know what, I haven't even spoken tonight, I've just sat there and listened the whole night, and I've absolutely loved it.
But that's the thing with legends like Bawley, you just sit and listen, and I'm the same with Hud, and he talks to me, I'm like, I can't believe the stories that they're coming out with. They're just gold, aren't they? And
absolutely.
And as Al said, he's the best one-touch player I've ever played with. Bawley was
for sure
phenomenal. Also, another thing that people say, why did Le Tissier just stay for Southampton? Why didn't he want to go and play for a top club? I mean, my answer there is, I'm amazed that you would actually think that, because if I was Matt Le Tissier and I was playing for the club that I love and I'm earning decent money, why would I want to move?
No, I think some people struggle to understand that sometimes in life it ain't all about the amount of money that you can earn. My biggest thing in life has always been I just want to be happy. Yeah. And if I'm happy somewhere, why am I gonna change that just for a few extra quid and the chance of a couple of medals? My big thing was I wanted to play for England. That was my ambition, and I managed to do that while I was playing at Southampton, so I didn't see any problem. And also, Southampton were the team that gave me my opportunity. They gave me my chance to be a professional footballer. I always felt like I owed them something. I never down left Southampton, and the following season they got relegated. I would have actually taken that my fault, and I could have lived with myself there.
You're just breaking up a little bit, Matt. If you can.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm just on the way to school now, so I'll have to in the hands of the signal in my village, I'm afraid.
Well, it's pretty good now. At times, we're just losing you a bit, so I'll probably cut it a little bit shorter than what I would have liked to have.
We can do it again if you want, mate.
Well, we can do part 1 and part 2. I would absolutely,
let's do that.
Absolutely love to do that. But if you're still good for 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, we can go as long as the signal will allow. There's a little lane I've got to go through to get through to back into Romsey, which might be a little bit dodgy, but in a couple of minutes it'll be fine.
Brilliant. Now, it was you played under Glenn, didn't you? Because Glenn was your footballing hero.
He was indeed, yeah. I was a Spurs fan growing up, and primarily because Glenn played for him.
Yeah.
And yeah, he played football.
And you used to keep a little diary, didn't you, about you dreaming of playing for England in the same team as Glenn when you were a kid growing up, and then to play in the England team for Glenn was a dream come true, but must have been a little bit of a nightmare in '98 when he didn't take you to France and also didn't take Gaza as well.
Yeah, that was the really odd thing about '98 is that when I got left out the preliminary squad of 30 after scoring the hat-trick in the B game, I did kind of look at it and I thought, well, do you know what, he's probably left me out because he's going to take Gaza and there's no point in me being in the 30 if he's taking Gaza. And so that was kind of how I rationalised it. And then when I saw the news that Gaza wasn't going either, I did think...
Oh. Hold on.
Have you just lost?
I've just lost Matt.
Right.
So
okay, let me just play a track and just while you're doing that, okay?
Just lost Jeff. We're back. We're just playing a track, and then we'll come. Okay, we're going to come straight back to you now.
There you go.
You okay, Matt?
Yep, all good.
Yeah, we just lost you briefly there. I was just saying in 1998, and they were saying about Gaza, and
yes, the way I rationalised it was that he left me out the 30 because he was going to take Gaza, and then when I heard that Gaza wasn't going, I did think, God, geez, what's going on here?
Yeah.
It was a little bit strange. I even thought, the fact that we weren't that great in penalty shootouts. I thought he might even have taken me along just as a guaranteed penalty in a penalty shootout, but it wasn't to be, and that's life.
I mean, 47 scored, 1 miss out of 48. Mark Crossley was the player. I mean, you actually made Mark Crossley famous.
I think I've made Mark Crossley a few quid on the after dinner speaking circuit because of it. I should be taking commission off of him.
Yeah.
No, he did me that day. He made a good save, and he is the only one that's ever saved one of my penalties. But I guess the odds were in his favour because I actually took 5 penalties against him in my career, which was the most I'd ever taken against any one goalkeeper.
Right.
So I'm 4-1 up, so I can't be too displeased about that.
And also, Xavi said that he moulded his game on you as well. What a great accolade that was.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a to kind of come across somebody as good as in a different country, so that he used to kind of idolise me when he was growing up, which was, it was really lovely to hear somebody of that quality actually thinking he's a decent player. And I also had the opportunity to play golf with Pep Guardiola a few weeks back, and kind of similar thing to me that he used to watch. When he was growing up, he watched me scoring all the goals from 35, 40 metres out, and so that was also nice to hear from something like that.
Now, I know you're not doing anything directly involved in football, but I'm amazed that football clubs don't get players like yourself involved in some type of coaching capacity, even if it's just to go in and coach the youth team or the reserves, or just pass on your experience and do a little bit of one-to-one tutoring with players, because I think that would be absolutely invaluable to emerging talented players.
I think a lot of clubs do that with their ex-players, but in fairness to Southampton, it's not something I've ever kind of looked to go into. The coaching side of things never really grabbed my attention, to be honest. I've enjoyed the media side of things. It's a slightly different career path, and I have a couple of clubs have asked me to go in and do some coaching of taking penalties, which I did with my brother's team back in Guernsey, and also with Oxford United a few seasons back.
Now, I'm guessing again, taking penalties. I know you can coach it, and I know that you can practice it like you can everything, but you can't replicate that pressure when you're stepping up. Like for instance, Harry Kane. I mean, taking one penalty and scoring it was great. Where would you have put that second penalty? Would you have done exactly what Harry Kane did against Panama?
I think so, because I think he took the first one so emphatically that, why was there any reason to change? The goalkeeper went the right way and still, didn't have a sniff of saving the first one.
Yeah.
So he might as well do the same thing again, because even if the goalie goes the right way, at that pace, it's still going in.
Yeah.
I did take 2 penalties twice, I think, in the game, and against Liverpool, I went the same way for both of them. And against Nottingham Forest, funny enough, against Mark Crosley, I think I went one each side in that game. So it all depends how you feel on the day, really.
Because again, it's about psyching out the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper tries to psych you out, and it's a battle of the minds as much as anything. But if you hit that ball properly with the power and the whip on it, you're going to score.
Yeah, and I never used to like to give the goalkeeper an opportunity to try and psych me out. So as soon as the penalty was given, I'd make sure that there was not any eye contact with the goalkeeper whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I would be looking in the vicinity of the goal, but I would never be looking straight at the goalkeeper, not so that he could see my eyes.
Yeah, just staring up and whistling a tune. VAR and also netball, I've noticed on your Twitter feed, and I've got to say, you don't half attract some idiots on your Twitter site, but you do. When they're throwing you a curveball, you bat it back with a straight one, don't you?
Oh yeah, I quite enjoy a little bit of fun on there. I know it's not real life, and I know that these people on there wouldn't have the bottle to come and say that to my face if I met them in the street. And you have to realise that that's kind of the way things are. And I just treat Twitter as a little bit of fun. And if I can give people a little bit of chuckle with my replies, then job done. And
I think it's great that you actually give them the time of day and reply, because there's not many former players that do reply to supporters and to fans.
No.
And you were interacting with Mr. Shearer last night, because there was a bit of a VAR debate, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think me and Al have very different views on how or why VAR should be introduced, and it's very much split right down the middle. I actually think that they're trying to do too much too soon with it.
Yep.
If I'm honest, so I think it should have been brought in a little bit more gradually, and it should have been refined better before using it at a World Cup. That's my opinion, but I do think it's useful, and I don't think it will be a big part of football going forward. We have to move into the 21st century. The technology is there to help referees who, let's be honest, standard of refereeing isn't great, and I think a lot of games have been decided in the past because of referees. And if you can take that away, and make sure that the best football team wins on the day, and not because of a referee, then I think it can only benefit football.
I think you're right, and you did tweet up that, guys, if you think that VAR is going to stop all the arguments and the debates in the pubs, how wrong are you? And
exactly.
You're right, because if you look at yesterday with the VAR with Spain, the goal was given. Well, it was straight away disallowed, but the goal was given on VAR, which was right.
Yeah.
And then the handball, I mean, Lord knows how many times I was looking at that handball and decided that it was a penalty.
Yeah, that was disgusting. I mean, the rule, the law is quite clear. It has to be a deliberate handball.
Yeah.
There is no way that Cedric Suarez deliberately handballed that ball last night. It was just not a penalty in a million years. And how the referee, firstly in the VAR room, who told him to take a second look at it, and then the referee who actually goes, all right, I'll have another look at it. Oh yeah, that's deliberate. How he can come to that conclusion, I have no idea. His brain must have been completely scrambled. He just has to be strong, and he has to say, hang on a minute, that's not deliberate. You might have asked me to take a look at it, but I'm sorry, boys, that ain't deliberate. You got it wrong.
Yeah.
You've got to be strong as a referee.
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing that VAR, it seems to be taking that away, where they're using it as a bit of a backup rather than being strong and really going with their gut instinct. Because generally speaking, Matt, when you see a bad challenge and when you see, a goal or an offside or anything in football, your gut feeling, your first feeling is generally the right one, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, absolutely, and I think that's the thing that referees have to kind of go with. And I think that sometimes that what worries me a little bit is that the referees haven't played the game to a really high standard, and they don't have that gut feel for what's happened in a football match. And I think that's where VAR can help them.
So again, another thing, I think that there should be a former player that's played at a decent level that's helping them, because
I said that weeks ago in that VAR room, because the referees who are making the mistakes on the pitch, they're going to be the same referees that are looking at these things.
Yep.
And I felt like it was just the referees aren't going to want to. I don't know. They're not going to want to go against their mate. They want to kind of all stick together as one.
Yeah.
You know, a little refs club and all that stuff. So I said weeks ago that there should be an independent person, an ex-player, just to help those referees.
Yeah.
Because an ex-player has an experience of being in that position on the pitch and knowing what's going on, whereas the referee hasn't had that experience, and they can lean on that ex-player for that kind of stuff. And I think that would be really useful to have in that VAR room, rather than have 4 or 5 refs in there. Have an ex-player amongst them, and just get a different perspective on things.
Totally agree. Because again, when you see the referees on these on the shows, the World Cup, on the panels, when they go into the ref and ask him what their opinion is, then okay, they know the rules, but the player knows when they've gone in and someone's gone to try and do them.
Absolutely right. And that's something that I think the referees struggle with.
And also, what they've struggled with is the wrestling, the Greco wrestling. When you have a corner, I mean, for England, it's getting ridiculous. You get a corner, you might as well just give the penalty, because you know that's what should happen next.
Exactly right. I mean, it's just the referees even warning the players, and they're still doing it. I mean, footballers have a reputation for being a little bit thick at times. Well, seriously, these defenders in this World Cup are not helping that, because they're being told not to do something because the ref's watching them, and they still go ahead and do it. It's just crackers.
I think there should be something more, because there's not been enough yellow cards brandished for stuff like that. And I think if they're going to do... I mean, with Harry, the one that we didn't get against Tunisia, there was 2 on him pulling him down to the floor, and the same with Mitrovic as well. I mean...
Oh, it was amazing,
I think with that, they ought to just put him in a sin bin, or just send him off, get the message home that you can't do that on corners and free kicks.
Exactly.
Who have you liked watching so far, Matt, in the World Cup?
Well, I've been quite busy this month, actually, so I haven't actually seen that many 90-minute games. Obviously, I've caught up on the highlights and everything. But what I have liked is Croatia.
Yeah.
I think that they've been very, very good so far. Mm-hmm. And I think that's their odds have tumbled since the start of the tournament. I've loved England. I know that we struggled in the second half to break Tunisia down, but they parked the bus, and that's not easy. Mm-hmm. I mean, you saw what happened in the first half when they thought they could have a go and play the game, and we should have been 4 or 5 up at half time. That shouldn't have even been a second half. Yep. It should have been like the Panama game, where it was all over at half time. We'd be taking the chances that we created. So I think that those 2 teams have been impressive. Yeah, Belgium have obviously scored a lot of goals too, and got some cracking players. But certainly none of the pre-tournament favourites have you've kind of looked at the moment and thought, oh blimey, I wouldn't want to meet them, because Brazil, Spain, Argentina, Germany, none of them have really hit the heights yet.
Do you still fancy Spain to go on and lift it?
That was my tip before the tournament. Obviously, that was before they sacked their manager, which obviously has a bearing. But they're through to the knockout stages now, and you'd have to fancy them to get past Russia. They'll be now one of the favourites. I think they'll get better as the tournament goes on.
What odds tonight for Argentina to sack their manager and Diego Maradona take charge?
Nothing would surprise me in the world of football anymore, mate. You just see so much that even crazy things. You just go, oh well, that's football. It don't surprise me anymore, I'm afraid.
I'll tell you what's also annoyed me over social media, the kind of Messi hammering. Ronaldo's had a decent World Cup, although I just think the difference between Messi and Ronaldo is Ronaldo cheats a little bit more as well. I mean, I still haven't given him for 2006 when he got Rooney sent off.
Exactly. No, I think they're two very different
Yeah.
characters. They're two different players. Both have done amazing things in their career. If you ask me which player do I prefer to watch on a football pitch, then I prefer to watch Messi.
Yeah,
If I was playing on a team and the manager signed one of them, I would want it to have been Messi. And that's just a personal preference, but that doesn't detract from the fact that Ronaldo has been unbelievable with what he's done with his career and how he's worked at it. I just think Messi is a far more graceful footballer to watch, a far more natural footballer to watch.
I totally agree. And also, Messi passes the ball a little bit more. If you'd have played with Ronaldo, you'd have needed 2 balls.
Yeah, I would have Messi down as more of a team player than Ronaldo. It's one of the things that's levelled at Ronaldo as a bit of a criticism. But I guess if you're that driven as an individual and you want to do well, then that kind of reflects on your team because you're doing well. But I think sometimes it just looks like it's all about him and not about the team.
Sean Walsh has asked, what happened at Kickoff versus Wimbledon in 1995?
I didn't kick it hard enough. That's what happened. I was trying to be too clever.
Okay. England versus Belgium. Do you think that's going to be an FA Cup game rather than a Premier League game? Where I'm coming from is...
Yes. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Know where I'm coming from.
Carling,
yeah.
Carabao Cup game, I think it's probably going to be.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that there will be a few changes on both sides. I'm not sure that either team wants to win the group, if I'm honest, looking at the progression of the teams that you can face in the next rounds. If you do win the group, I think both teams would probably want to finish second, and so it could be a rather interesting game of football.
Yeah, kind of you to me to you. No, you go first. You go first.
Yeah, I'm not sure how each manager will want to try and play this.
I just think as a manager and as a fan, you just want to go out and try and win the game and just win as many games as what you possibly can. And winning breeds winning, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's one of those things where momentum in a tournament is a big thing. So, yeah, you kind of don't want to suffer a defeat and kind of knock people's confidence and belief.
Right, what we're going to do now, we're going to use that as part 1. We're going to come back in a few weeks' time, Matt, if that's okay with you.
No problem at all.
Do part 2, because I know that you are pushed for time. Are you into music? What music do you like?
Oh, I've got some rather strange taste in music. So my genre of choice would be country.
Okay.
So I'm a big fan of Lone Star and Shania Twain, people like that. And I also am a big fan of the 80s music. So, my first musical hero was Shakin' Stevens, and then kind of moved on to Nick Kershaw, Howard Jones, those kind of guys in the 80s. Loved all that music.
Big Chelsea fan who was, Howard Jones. Do you remember that little bloke he had in the chain?
No.
Yeah, he had that. I forget the song, but he had that little bloke in the chain, which was his first hit. Because I used to work at Birmingham City at the D Club, and he'd come up when we played Chelsea. Surprisingly, the bloke in the chain wasn't with him, but Howard Jones was on his own. Right, well, can you introduce our first record today on the Biscuit Boys World Cup show, Matt? It's from the Womack sisters, and it's called Darling.
Certainly, no problem at all. You will now be listening to the Womack sisters' Darling.
Cheers, Matt. Really appreciate it. Speak to you soon. Thanks, pal.
Cheers, mate.
Have a good day. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Darling.
car, bro.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Or it could be dolls.
Very American, wasn't it? Very American
very.
drive kind of 80s. Matt would love that. And massive thank you to Matt Le Tissier for doing that. What a top bloke. Harry does that, doesn't he? Top.
Top.
Harry does top. He's a top player.
Apologies, I think we lost connection for a couple of minutes or so.
But on the podcast, it'll all be fine.
Yeah,
Because
it'll be
we've
fine.
kept it. And the show will be podcast later on today when
Be
Mrs.
lovely.
Brown gets his backside into gear. And we will be doing part 2. We're also going to be doing part 2 with Brian Little and Peter With, and as well as our regular programmes that we do with Paul Devlin, No Holds Barred, and Alan Hudson, Hood at 50. Football and music, and what we're trying to do with the Biscuit Boys show now is blend them both together, football and music. And first up, after Matt Le Tissier, and so wonderfully introduced by Matt, was my favourite current group, the Womack Sisters. That was their debut single, Darling, released last year, and they are working hard in completing their debut album. Granddaughters of the magnificent, legendary Sam Cooke, and daughters of Womack and Womack, so great pedigree. And you can check out all the latest information by clicking onto all the w's.thewomacksisters.com. Right, what you got up next for me?
We're gonna
Have you got Dieselle, mate? Because Dieselle sent me, and I
We
said,
have got that. We're gonna
send
play
the
that
tracks.
later,
And
yeah.
guys, please do keep sending your tracks to tracks@radio.co.uk. We will play them. You send them, we'll play them.
We're going to play the brand spanking. It's so hot. Ow! It's that hot.
Really that hot?
It's that hot.
Was it that hot? You had to stick it in a bucket of ice to
Oh, I
cool
did.
it
It was
down?
hotter than hot.
Okay.
It's
Do you
from
like
a...
hot things, by
Oh,
the
I
way?
love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Are you
what's
liking
your
it hot?
hottest curry? Do you like
Hottest
hot
curry?
curries?
I've had a mouthful of Tindaloo once.
Really?
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah, sounds it.
I do like hot curries, to be honest. Yeah, but not so much that you can't taste what it tastes
But
like.
again, it's your kind of personality. You like stuff
Yeah.
like that, don't you? Like with your music, you like it like rock.
Give it some. I like
And
give
you
it some.
do your daily. 1 o'clock these days or 2
Yeah,
o'clock?
yeah. This track's going on it as well later. So
2 o'clock every day.
I think it's 1:15 actually. I'll get the schedule up a bit later because I've got a schedule.
And I'm going to have a few more tracks, yeah, because at 1:15 Mrs. Brown does do his rock show, Rock It, every day. And every day on srbradio.com you can listen to my playlist show.
Yeah.
Mine's a mixture of soul and indie.
But
a bit of reggae.
if you want to listen to the very, 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 very latest hot tracks
Yeah.
that have just come in, so hot, well, it's just hot,
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
every day.
Every day we have brand spanking new tracks.
And you have actually organised the station a bit
I've
more.
organised it, yeah.
You know, we have a daily lineup now, don't we?
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
old, new, borrowed, and blue.
Blue.
'Cause we've nicked a few, haven't we?
yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know. Come on then, what have we got now?
Right, this is a brand new spanking one. Spanking one? Hot. No, I better not go there.
Don't go on
No, no,
Spanky
go.
on me.
This is London from 9 Dart Finish.
One of our favourite Birmingham bands.
Can I let you into a secret of mine? Well, I've always wanted to sample London's pride. Patronize and criticize in a baby.
Go to London.
You know what? I've got to do a lot of stretching with this mixer as well.
Have you really?
I do, yeah, because it's
What, your hamstrings and stuff
I
like
still like
that?
doing that. I have to do that.
Yeah.
So I have to
You
do
ought to watch
that.
yourself, mate. You might pull something at your age. And to be fair, the muscle's about the only thing you are going to
I was
pull.
going to say at my age, you'd be happy to pull anything.
Yeah. I'm going to go down to London.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have a drink with Ud and Lewis
All right,
and John
yeah.
Elliot
Okay.
in the Friday club. The Friday drinking club. How long do you think I'll last?
So it's a private drinking club, but it's not private.
No, it's like it's a drinking club, ain't it? They
But
just
it's
go
not
out
private. I wouldn't let you. I wouldn't let you in anyway.
Private, but it's okay, a public drinking club, but there's a friends gathering. So not everybody
You might
joins
have to move your
in,
hands
do
up a
they?
bit
Do
further.
you know what I'm
so-
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get out much these days without your missus?
I'm out all the time, mate.
Tell you what, Siamese twins weren't as close as you two, were they?
We love each other.
Yeah, after all those years.
Oh, no.
Yeah, mine's just come back from Spain.
Has she?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah. Injured herself
Mine's
last
just come
night,
back.
though.
Mine's just come back from Dublin.
What? You let her go on there on your own?
Oh
on her
yeah,
own?
yeah. She loved it.
Who
Yeah.
did she go with?
It's about 6 girls.
All right. Unusual that you'd allow stuff like that.
She does it all the time.
Blimey.
Oh
Oh, that's all right.
yeah.
Can't you, have extended
Yeah.
trips?
Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't
Yeah. Like 6 months.
it? Yeah. What about yours? She pull?
Sorry?
What about
Nah.
yours? No, definitely no more.
They say she didn't pull last night, but she hurt herself. She's putting Ruby's stuff away in the wardrobe, and the wardrobe collapsed on her. Yeah. She wasn't very happy. But my missus is like a
That
bullet.
wardrobe that you jumped from.
You wouldn't jump off that, I'm telling you. You'd kill yourself.
You know what she brought me back? A Blarney stone.
Really? Let's have a look at it.
It's a Blarney stone.
What, they just go in like chip bits off the
Yeah,
Blarney Stone
basically.
these
Yeah.
days? But
It's
probably 'cause
basically it's a
like-
rock that you find, and we'll put a coin on that and call it the Blarney stone.
I bet that's been nowhere near Blarney.
I hope not. I've just kissed it.
Come on, what you got next for us?
Right, then we're going to have Dara.
Dara.
Dara, right? And it's a song entitled Heart Shaped Pill.
Oh, like just heart-shaped pill.
Could be.
Give us something to hold on to, something that won't fade away. Give us something to lift me up now. Woke up, electricity. Every dream had been answered. Oh, got a girl, house and the cars, $1 million lifestyle. Oh, with ease. Don't have to carry no money. I don't have to carry no ID. Living is high, 24/7. Got me thinking something's missing in me. I need a miracle, just a shadow of redemption. I need some kind of divine will, just to ease my pain. Give me something to hold on to, something that won't fade away. Give me something to lift me
Steve. I don't know. I want 5 off you in a minute, but let's give a shout to the shout box. Andy Bean's in the shout box. Just having a debate with him. Messi versus Ronaldo. Andy's a big Ronaldo supporter. I prefer Messi. So does Matt Le Tissier, to be fair. One of the most talented footballers ever seen. Should have played for England a lot more. And that is Matt Le Tissier, not Messi, because he's Argentinian. And I do hope Argentina win tonight, to be fair, because I do like the little fella. Go on, let's have a look. Kieran Cork. I can never say little Capo's name. It's a different, Capo's in there. Yeah. Only slight bone to pick with you this week. That's you, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
No one told me about the show featuring the Claws. Cracking show. Yeah.
It was a good show.
Yeah. Was that Dave's Maiden Drum show?
He likes the Claws. Yeah.
And the Claws guys, check them out. They're a Birmingham band, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. Yes.
Capo's been shouting about them for like a couple of 3 years at least, hasn't he?
I think he's good friends with the guys and that like.
And you spell it CLAUSE, Claws like that, rather than Claws. Anybody else? Let's say anybody else in the shout box. Any other comments? If you can kindly. No, other way.
That's just
okay, yeah. Sean Walsh. Asda did a limited edition Findaloo. Did you get it from him? Did you get it from Asda? Your Tindaloo thingy.
Oh, I can't remember. It must have been about 7.
Asda's curries are nice.
They are, yeah.
Let's have your 5
I'll tell you what's nice as well. I like the ones there. Oh, yeah, it is Asda, yeah. I like those, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I like decorated bins.
Yeah.
Because some people do like to decorate their bins, don't
Why?
they? I don't know.
Yeah.
Why do you put flowers on them and things like that?
On just a normal rubbish bin.
Yeah, I'll put some flowers.
Now, are you on about a bin in the kitchen or a wheelie bin?
Outside wheelie bins.
So you're on about a wheelie bin? I've
yeah.
never seen one, but then again, you do live in Solihull and I live in Birmingham.
Yeah. This actually, the next one does move on to your type of people.
Okay.
It's a word I've come across this morning. It's called Jezekylers.
Who?
Jezekylers.
Go on, enlighten me.
Jeremy Kyle. You ever seen Jeremy Kyle? I've seen it now and again.
Oh yeah.
And have you seen the sort of people that are on it?
No, they're not people.
No, they're called Jezekylers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the way people have banded all this type of person and given it a name, Jezekylers.
Okay. Well, I've never really. I have caught it once or twice, and I've thought it's a little bit like, for our American listeners and viewers, it's a little bit like the Jerry Springer show.
Yeah,
you know,
probably
but slightly more tamer.
It is, yeah. Uglier though. The people are a lot uglier in Britain.
Well, that bird had some teeth done, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think you give them back to the horse that she took them from. At her originals.
Yes, a Jezekylers. I love that. It's a great word, isn't it? Rolls off the tip of the tongue.
Did you just make that up?
No, sorry.
That up?
No. I was watching a fight on a council estate on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And all these people.
You do stuff like that. All these people. I go scrolling YouTube for artists.
Yeah. A car came down the road, and all these people who should be working. So like, during the day, come out.
You're so judgmental.
I know I am, yeah.
They all might be working overnight, but judgmental like you.
They're not working on the night, no.
Okay.
Chinese spare ribs with lemon, without lemon.
Now,
sticky or not sticky?
My favourite Chinese. What's your favourite Chinese? Still the one in Acox Green?
No,
it's down Lina Road.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
But is that
near Roger McCa's house?
Kind of Alton Acox Green, isn't it?
Comes under Sheldon.
Does it really?
Yeah. But it's really solely.
Surprised you go down as far as Sheldon. Really.
Well, sometimes we go down there and just laugh at people.
So do you have ribs or what? What do you have, Chinese?
We have it with lemon.
Yeah, lemon's good, isn't it? I like Corona lager with lemon or lime. Corona. You know the bottles of Corona.
What, you pour it over?
No, you just put your lemon in, don't you, and just drink it with lemon. Yeah.
Is that what you do?
Yeah. Well,
I'm not a beer drinker, so
I like Wok Chi in Harborne on Harborne High Street, just by Lloyd's Bank.
Wok Chi?
Alpha, he does a great Chinese. In fact, we had one Sunday. Oven's gone.
He's a
having
word.
a right nightmare with that house. Bloody oven blew up.
God, yeah.
Tom was doing a bacon sandwich. I was away at work on the Saturday. Flipping blew the oven up.
So you're on your third house, aren't you?
We're moving again soon.
No, you're not. Oh, honestly, you just all that work.
That'll be our third house. This is our second.
You've just done all that hard work on the garden and everything.
No, that's in my new house. I've done all the hard work on the garden.
Right,
I'm not in this is just a stopgap, really. Everything's going wrong in this house. Like last night, the shelf fell on Sam. The cooker, ignited. Not as you would ignite the cooker. Flames from the cooker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just to go with a multitude of other problems that's happened. So yeah, Jimmy Coburn says good morning, Jimmy. No greater male artist in the UK at this moment than Jimmy Coburn. Check him out, guys, legend. And Jimmy's latest track, Second to No One, is currently at number 1 in the Biscuit Boys top 10. Come on then.
I like the word for you here. Parapet. Parapet.
Mind you, that's another word, because you had a Jezza Kyle thingy word.
Yeah, it's another word though.
What is it? Go on.
Parapet.
A parapet.
Yeah. What's it mean?
Well, when you talk from the thing, you know, but it ain't spelt like that, or is it?
Mm-hmm. Hey?
You know, when you're at the you talk at the thing. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, okay, yeah, the thing,
for
yeah,
it.
the thing,
It
yeah.
was a pad or something.
Parapet.
So what's a parapet?
I don't know.
Okay, is it
Just like
one
the
that you made up?
No, it's a proper word, parapet. Yeah,
Okay.
speaking from the parapet.
It might be the word. It just don't sound like the word I usually use.
No. Bread and butter pudding. Oh, I love bread and butter pudding. Do you like it?
No.
No, some people don't like it.
Do you put bits of
raisins?
orange peel?
Oh yeah, orange peel,
I hate
raisins.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that. I don't mind the raisins, but that's the one thing that used to put me off bread and butter pudding. Was the them? Oh, I just can't stand the orange peel. Why would you put orange peel in something to eat? Because when you got an orange, you peel your orange, throw it in the bin.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
But no,
eat
you
that,
put it in a cake or a pudding. Why?
Yeah, you wouldn't eat the orange peel, would you?
Well, you put it in a cake and eat it in a pudding, don't you?
Exactly.
You're still doing your rice thingy, by the way.
Every Monday night.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Which
It's
is
tradition. It's rice.
thingy
With
an egg.
Yeah. It's basically leftover stuff from Sunday.
It's basically bubble and squeak.
Yeah,
but
except there's no
claimed
bacon.
it.
Bubble and squeak's got bacon in it.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Bubble and squeak usually is your Sunday dinner left over and you have it Monday.
No,
that's what us working class people
that's
used
Scouse.
to do. It's what?
That's called Scouse.
Well, he might be called Scouse as well. Jimmy will help us out there because he's a Liverpoolian.
Jimmy knows about Scouse.
Well, Bubble and Squeak. Bubble and Squeak was pretty much your Sunday dinner and you have it on a Monday. Like what you do. And
Yeah.
I don't recall ever having bacon for Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
Is that it?
No. Yeah, that's the yes, my five. Kieran says a few other bands, Ivory Wave, Candied from Coventry, Sugar Thief, and the Nevers. Which we've played a few of those before.
And Sugar Thief were at
Sugar Thief's a great band.
Isle of Wight Festival.
Yeah.
So were Ivory Wave as well.
Ivory Wave, yeah, one of the best bands around.
In fact, Russ, Sugar Thief, you know Russ,
Yeah.
got a bite. I don't know if it's a mosquito or a snake, because they do have snakes in the Isle of Wight, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Usually adders, ain't they, or grass snakes.
Yeah.
They can bite. Anything can bite.
Yeah. All snakes are.
Yeah. Come on then. What you got next?
Okay, this is a track we haven't heard at all yet.
Bye.
This is by Capital I. Okay.
Some great names, isn't there?
Capital I, yeah. So
We're from London.
Don't know. Could be.
Might be.
It's called A Lipstick Kiss.
This town, it'll drive you crazy. You wanna leave the baby. You should take a short trip far away from here. You work your fingers to the bone. They seem to think that you're made of stone. I think it's time for us all to go. A little place where nobody else knows. To see you there, to say you'll be there. This thing that we made will last forevermore. We lose control every weekend. This thing that we made was ours together. Frequent daydream, summer bliss, 4 a.m. to the lipstick kiss. I never know it's just a cold twist. How long can we carry on like this? Whoa, I see you there. Say you'll be there. This thing that we made will last forevermore. We lose control every weekend. This thing that we made
Hey, we're rocking it today a bit, ain't we?
Well, I'm guessing they'll all be, or some of them will be on your rock hour. But
yeah.
I haven't heard nothing yet that's going to get into my soul playlist show.
No. Bubble and Squeak, Cabbage, and Bacon. Get in there.
That must be a posh Bubble and Squeak. Because when I was a kid, and my mum used to say, here's Bubble and Squeak. It was leftover food from Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
And there was never any bacon in it.
I'm surprised you can remember anything that far back.
What's your earliest memories?
I can remember being pushed in a pram.
Don't be stupid.
I can. I can remember going over Monument Road in a pram. I was 16. But
what, they pushed you over it, hoping the car was going to come and take you?
It's taking me to secondary school, but
I
remember it, yeah.
Seriously?
That's true, that is.
You can remember being pushed in a pram?
In a pram, yeah.
Well, I don't think
What's
anyone...
yours?
I'm guessing my earliest really memory is of the World Cup in 1970. Because I was a big Gordon Banks fan.
Yeah.
And my dad's mate used to phone him up.
That's
and then he'd go, son, Gordon Banks is on the phone for you. So as a kid, I must have been just 16.
Yeah, you could probably got gullible, yeah.
Well, as a 6-year-old, if your dad says, son, Gordon Banks is talking to you because you're a big Gordon Banks fan, you kind of believe your dad, don't you? You believe what your parents say.
Oh, yeah.
And then I realised he was a lying bastard.
Yeah.
But he told me because
Nothing's changed,
I'd
still
got a grey scarf and I was going to get a red pen and write Stoke City on it.
Right.
So I think he thought, blimey, I better tell him it ain't Gordon Banks. So I don't know what was worst. Realising I wasn't talking to Gordon Banks, realising that Father Christmas didn't exist, seeing my first snowman melt.
Or realising your dad was a complete bastard.
Sorry? Yeah.
Shame.
Jimmy Coburn, loving it, and we're loving you as well, Jimmy. And also what I'm loving is Alan Hudson's World Cup diary. I'm just posting it there onto our Biscuit Boys and to SRB Radio because Alan does a write-up every day about what he's seen on the previous day's play, and they're absolutely excellent. Al's as good with the pen as what he was with the football, trust me. The guy's an absolute genius. And he's off to see Gaza as well on Friday, so that's going to be interesting. Front row seats to watch Gaza, 20 Stoke fans.
I tell you what, shall I make us a cup of coffee that you're not going to drink?
Yeah, go on, why not?
Because you don't normally drink it, do you? You're useless.
Well, I do an awful lot of talking, which, to be fair, when you're doing a radio show, you have to. Because if I just sat there and didn't open my mouth... And by the way, I've looked at you. You remind me of a fat David Baddiel, or when you put them glasses on.
Yeah, Roy Orbison.
And not a very good Roy Orbison lookalike.
I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Yeah, well, take it how you want, really. To be fair, and I'll take my coffee white with 2 sugars. So put back-to-back tracks.
We're going to have back-to-back
tracks
from Nick Haslam and TJ Doyle.
would you say that you love those you had to give away? Your life wasn't fair, you didn't mean to cause a pain. That we would be better off this way. Rosemary's wishes were all that we could be. Wishes you could hold on to for all eternity. Rosemary's wishes were all that we could be. The tears you carry in your Did you believe we missed the moments that made memories? And I miss your gentle touch and a lifetime of smiles. And your love is still with me. Rosemary's wishes were all that we could be. Wishes you could hold on to for all eternity. Rosemary's wishes were all that we could be. The tears you carried in your heart. No one could speak of your private sacrifice, or know how hard you tried to make it right. All you ever wanted was your own family. But where you landed, it could never be. Rosemary's wishes were all that we could be. Wishes you could hold on to for all eternity. Rosemary's wishes were all that we could be. The tears you carried
Touch of the old Neil Young in that. I
Mary's
reckon.
wishes.
Yeah.
If you had a wish, what would it be? Mind you, if you tell me.
Hang on, let me. Oh no, you're still here.
Sharp as a razor, ain't you?
Oh,
Bad little man.
ouch.
And Damien Davis has joined us as well. Barefoot Highway. They're on your playlist as well, aren't they?
Definitely, yeah.
They're probably borderline with me.
Yeah.
You know, because they're like kind of rocky but
Yeah, yeah,
bluesy
yeah,
as well,
yeah.
ain't they? A bit of soul in there.
Yeah. Hard-working band. Hard-working band.
Do you know
yeah,
all bands are hard working, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
I was looking, Elaine Womack was sending out pictures the weekend of the Womack sisters. Some great pictures. What a talented family. What a talented family.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And we're going to be linking up with Binky and cutting a radio show. We have got Binky coming up. Can we have Binky next, please? Because when you're talking,
go out,
no, we're going to talk about. Because I want to talk
okay.
about the Womacks.
Right, okay.
You know, when you look at families, I would say, well, I mean, you first. Who would you say, and don't say the Osmonds, who would you say is the most talented musical family that's ever put on the planet?
Family. It's got to be the Jacksons, isn't it?
I mean, they are talented, aren't they?
Yeah.
But
Family.
But when you look at, like, you know, pretty much Michael, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you take out Michael,
yeah,
then you're looking at the Jacksons.
But I think in the earlier days, there wouldn't have been a Michael, would there, without the Jacksons?
No, there wouldn't have been Jacksons without Michael.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
and vice versa. I don't think so.
No, I mean, I love the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
I thought it was brilliant. I think the Jacksons are one of the greatest musical families. But when you look at the Womacks and you look at the diversity of them, and you look at, you know, I suppose if you're looking at like the head of the family, you know, Sam Cooke. You know, if you look at the dynasty, Cooke Womack dynasty, no greater artist than Sam Cooke. So when you're looking at the whole family in its entirety, and then you're looking at like partners who they got married to and that, like Mary Wells is in there as well. You know, when you look at the whole package,
it's like a big Amish community, isn't it?
I tell you what, it's just a massive amount of talent.
Yeah.
And when you think that it really all started when Bobby Womack picked up a guitar, and he's left-handed as well, a bit like me. What? Not that I could play the guitar. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think all geniuses are left-handed, left-footed.
Yeah. There's a couple of exceptions, aren't there?
Maradona. Yeah. Well, there are a few.
Yeah.
But Binky is nephew of the great Bobby Womack. You know, so we first got introduced through our Deuce Radio connections. Rob Saunders.
Yeah, Rob Saunders sends some great
music.
And
the first record I heard of Binky was Sunday Morning, and it blew me away. And I thought, blimey, this dude can sing. And then, you know, When You're Wrong come out. And then Piece of That Pie, his latest single, off his forthcoming album, Next to Kin, is going to be dropping very soon, as are the Womack sisters, his cousins. Paul Weller's got a new album coming out soon, and Stone Foundation, and Lina Loy. I'm going to have a summer of hot music.
I think the Stone Foundation one he's collaborated on that, hasn't he? Paul Weller. Or have I read that wrong?
He certainly did on the last one. It's been recorded in Black Barn. I'm not too sure that Paul's been collaborating on this one. I don't know. I don't think so. I think Paul's done a lot of collaborations on his album, which is very different to anything that he's done before. He's done the odd track like this album previously, but Paul's never done an album of these tracks, so it'd be very interesting to see how it goes. But to be fair, Paul Weller could sing nursery rhymes and I'd love it and still buy it. But we're going to what Binky Womack track have we got, by the way? We're
going to have When You're, and then I can't see the rest of it.
It's called When You're Wrong, which you often are.
I am, yeah.
So let's take it away, Binky.
You go, Bink.
Walking in circles, baby, trying to figure out why you've been tripping on me lately. Is it something that you're thinking? Maybe it's something that I said. Is it something that you heard? Maybe something that you read. Girl, you're my baby. No matter what you do, I'll always rectify the situation when it comes down to me and you. Together forever, that's what I said, and I mean, I love you till I'm dead. You can go out with your friends, hang out all night long, and call me from another city on some dude's phone. Look out the window and scream, here he comes. I'm sure there's an explanation for everything you've done when you're wrong. and strong. A woman's gotta have love. You gotta make her feel it. Before I break her heart, I'll do anything to heal it. When you're wrong, still I'm always apologize. When you're wrong,
Binky.
Binky. Tell you who's doing the right thing, my mate Tam. You know the Celtic player met in Glasgow. He's,
Yeah.
He's lying in Lanzarote, listening to us. So, big love, Tam. And what I'm going to do with the Cup Womack, I'm going to do a playlist of some of the great songs that they've either written or recorded. Because you look at Sam Cooke, you know, what he did back from like 1957 to his untimely death.
That's a year before I was born.
Yeah. But he was writing, he was singing, he was producing. Sam Cooke was doing everything, and he was the one that discovered the Womack brothers as well, turned them into the Valentinos. And I was listening today to Sam Cooke on Spotify because I love that little bit of kit. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. What do you know about that? Apart from the England rugby team have adopted
I don't know.
it.
I got a
UB40
feeling
sung it, didn't they?
Oh right, okay.
Go on. What do you know about it?
Only what you've just said.
Swing Low, Sweet Chariot.
Yeah.
Where did it come from?
The Roman times.
No, Romans didn't write records.
No, but they rode chariots.
Well, yeah, okay. But a Roman didn't write it.
I don't know.
No.
Could have been.
Wallace Willis.
Ah, Wallace.
Double W. He wrote it. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot may have been written by Wallace Willis. In what is now, well, that's, in 1865 when he done it. He was inspired. No, I find this interesting.
Right,
you might
okay.
not, but I do.
No, just
he was inspired by the Red River, which reminded him of the Jordan River and the prophet Elijah being taken to heaven by a chariot. So that's what it was about.
Okay.
And the song was a big song within the civil rights movement in the 60s in America. And if you listen to the stirring words, you can. And as Sam Cooke was very instrumental with, as was Martin Luther King, two great men sadly taken away from us, far too young. But I will be putting a Cooke Womack playlist together. And we're going to have some rarities on there as well.
What time Sainsbury's open?
Open till. Don't they do 24 hours these days?
They do, don't they?
I know they don't have a Sunday because it closes, don't it?
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that, but I suppose still laws, don't they? Trading laws on a Sunday. Come on, what we got next?
Last before the one before the last.
You mean the penultimate?
I was trying to think
I
of the
like that word as well.
Yeah. Penultimate.
Yeah.
The one before parapet.
I'll tell you what word I like. Semantics. Oh, I think that's a great word.
Yeah, it is.
Semantics.
And what does it mean?
I don't know.
No.
It means semantics.
Right, okay.
No.
I mean, you couldn't go into Sainsbury's and say, I'll have half a dozen
A bag
semantics.
of semantics.
Yeah.
Well, you could do. It's one of them, innit?
And a parapet while you're there.
Yeah, I had a semantic
Have you got
smile.
any parapets in the back?
I had a semantic smile. I went and watched this band last night, The Semantics. You can put it in lots of sentences.
But you didn't.
But I couldn't put it in the right sentence because I don't know what it means.
No.
There you go.
That's a great name.
Gill, is that Gill or Jill? Stephen Gill.
I think it's Gil.
Gill. Tim Sales, Carol Sandland, Bleepy Razor. It's a lovely name, isn't it? Bleepy Razor.
Oh, I know
Lord
Bleepy
George.
Razor.
Come on then, let's have our penultimate track and then we're going to go out on whom?
Lina? God, where have you been?
My queen of music.
Yeah.
Okay.
But before that, we've got Diesel. Is it Diesel?
It's Diesel, yeah. Diesel May.
Great, yeah.
It's a lovely name.
It
It's
is.
a lovely person. Sent it to me last night and I says, Diesel, please send it to tracks@sports-radio.co.uk and we'll play it on tomorrow's show. And she did. This is it.
Why have a dog and bark yourself? Be a keeper, not a keepsake.
So Sean asks, do you know what the one before the penultimate is called? And we don't, do we?
No, it's the
I would say
pre-penultimate.
pre-penultimate.
It would sound, it would, you know, wouldn't it?
Just last but one.
Yeah. Sam Cooke as well, going back to, he added the E. He was born Samuel Cooke without the E, added the E. And he also, his first record in 1956, right, was Lovable. But it wasn't Sam Cooke, it was Dale Cooke without the E. So we're going to play that as well.
Right.
And hopefully, because he had his own record label, mind you, we can do it on playlist shows. It's just when we play this and if we play a track from Sony, from Universal, or from Warner that pretty much own more or less everything, they mute us, don't they?
They do, yeah. Well, they probably will after this as well.
What we played then?
Well, you just don't know till it's
No, I don't think so. I think pretty much all of these are not signed to. I think it's only the problem that we encounter is signed to major or published by major labels. But it'd be interesting. We'll play that from Sam Cooke next week, and we'll see if it gets muted. I don't think it will, because I don't think a big publishing company own his material.
Yeah. Sean says anti-penultimate.
Is it anti-penultimate? Sean, I tell you what, Sean Walsh and the Plagiarists.
Yeah.
He's a very, very. I know he looks stupid.
Yeah.
And I know he does the Sean Walsh shuffle.
Yeah.
And he acts stupid.
Yeah.
But I tell you, and half the time he's ketted up.
Yeah.
Right. But he's a very intelligent.
Oh
man.
yeah. Oh, he's not as thick as he looks.
No, he comes. Sean comes across. He's a wind-up merchant.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. But he's a very, very clever dude.
Yeah. I don't think he's as stupid as you said he was.
No, I think he's stupid.
Oh, right.
I mean, they are the worst band in Birmingham.
Oh, definitely.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
By far.
But I think also as well, they're the most unique band in Birmingham. I mean, Sean Walsh, him and Timsy, they are different gravy. Yeah. Trust me.
Couple of nutters, basically.
Yeah. But I just think that they are just typical rock and roll stars. They're doing really what rock and roll stars do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no side to them. There's no nothing to them. I think they're very creative. They're very good. I mean, sadly, we probably couldn't play any of the songs on there.
No.
But if you go and watch them, watch them. The first time I watched them pair, I thought, what the hell am I watching here?
Yeah, I've been to see them as well, you know.
Yeah. You look at them, and there is a massive art form in it, and what they do is very clever.
We've had them in here, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
They arrived here about 10 o'clock in the morning with a bag of beer.
Yeah, just finished repairing the studio.
Yeah, I think they just come from.
They won't remember though.
They don't remember.
They won't remember that.
But it was our most listened to and watched show ever of all time. You know, and they're good lads. What we need to do going forward with the stuff, like I've said to them before, but again, it's also is give them a microphone and let them go out and record shows in the Sean Walsh style.
Yeah,
I think it would be great.
And then spend the next 6 months editing it.
Well, there is that side to it. But do you know what? I think sometimes, as long as you're not being
late night show.
As long as you're not being horrible and, you know, libelous and stuff, and you know, then I don't think there's anything wrong with the odd swear word and the odd doing it in your style. Yeah. And I think that them two would be perfect. And let's be honest, we're the only radio station that would ever employ them.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, this is the only radio station that would ever employ you. So
well, it is, yeah. I've been moved for a few. Mind you, I mean, you did sack me once, you bastards.
Yeah. You crawled way back, didn't you?
Well, it wasn't so much crawled. It was like, you know, if you have him, no Birmingham City player or anyone from Birmingham City will ever come and talk to you.
No.
You know, Lee Clark won't come into the studio. Not that he ever would have anyhow. No. But, you know, we're...
Yeah. Well, have him back for a bit then.
Well, we'll just move on. I talk to proper footballers, like Alan Hudson, like Matt Le Tissier, like Brian Little, like Peter With, like people like that, you know. So, thanks for listening, watching, good night, God bless, and have a great day, because in America, they are 5 hours, 8 hours behind us, and over there in Japan, Mike Rogers and the boys and girls, they're from Suzuki for a while, have we?
No.
Yeah. Because we used to have quite a lot of Japanese. Mind you, we did keep telling people we're going to pack it in, and then we're not, then we are. Then we've had more comebacks than Elvis, to be truthful, haven't we?
Yeah, well, that's you, that is.
Well, I just get fed up of things and I spit my dummy out. Anne-Marie's just joined us. Hello, Anne-Marie. So we're going to leave you with my queen of music, Lina, and look out for a new album, Supernatural Love, dropping this summer, produced by the wonderful Reggie Morris.
Can I just say before we go, 8 o'clock tonight, after... Oh, no, it's Speedway. It's happened tonight.
Just get rid of Speedway, it's rubbish.
So, anyway, at 9 p.m...
Why do you have Speedway?
9 p.m. tonight, you can listen to the very, very latest
They just
tracks.
go round a track loads of times without any breaks. What's the point of that?
Crazy, isn't it?
Mad.
Good night.
It's been undone, uprooted. Everything in my life he polluted. I let him plant his seeds in my garden. Turned out to be nothing but weeds in my garden. I was so tangled up and tied up too, blinded by fate. It's undone. It's undone. It's undone. It's undone. Well, did you know a heart can be unbroken? Every lie that was told be unspoken. Those distant memories are a lesson, and what you came to be is a blessing. Oh, if it had not been